Hello, this is Mac, and once again we are refocusing Barbados. I want to look at what has happened within the Barbados Labour Party over the last few weeks, and in particular the decision by the Barbados Labour Party National Executive Council to expel Dr. Eargard from the party. The Barbados Labour Party's decision has a lot of implications for Barbados. Number one, organizations like clubs, different associations who are non-profit will have to review how they go about expelling members if this goes to court and Dr. Eargard wins. This can become a case study. Also, Ms. Marley has not read the politics correctly, and that is my belief. The party may be hoping that this will go away in a few days. This, however, can be protracted and can be tied up in court for a very long time. The other thing I want to look at is, it's okay to crack the whip, but I have seen people crack the whip in movies only to be devoured by the beast. Also, Miss Marley comes across as a bully. And this is something I'm hearing, this is a refrain that has been this is a refrain that we have been hearing a lot from among Irish Barbadians, that Miss Marley is being a bully, and it seems to be the impressions of many Bajans. But the other thing is that we have to look at is instead of Miss Marley bringing a vision to give this country some hope, Miss Marley is still seems to be concerned with the believed extent of her power. And it seems as though she's more interested in the concentration of her power within the party and the ability to affect whatever decisions are being made within the party. But there is something else which is very, very troubling in all of this. And it has to do with the whole idea of insecurity. Miss Marley is revealing an insecurity that it baffles even me. I am very, very baffled at why she's behaving so insecure. Miss Marley has, the Marley name is a brand in Barbados. So why is she being so insecure despite the fact that she has a strong brand name? Look, first it was Mr. Arthur, then Dr. Eargard. And the question I have to ask is this: are there any more brilliant people left on the team to be kicked out? Miss Marley is not self-assured. She is not self-confident. I'm saying that she is insecure. And when you look at Sir Grantley Adams, Errol Barrow, Tom Adams, Owen Arthur, these men led brilliant men and women over the years, and they were effective leaders. And I'm sure these men had challenges within their government, within their parties, and within the cabinet. But what happened? Did they ever take such drastic action? No. A lot of times these things were done behind closed doors and there was negotiation. But you know what? Barbados benefited from the fact that these men led brilliant men and women. We were the better off for it. They were so confident. These people were so confident that they never felt nor behaved as though they were threatened. And this is something that we have to seriously look at. Because when you look at our present administration, when you look at David Thompson, who also displayed signs of insecurity. He was insecure. And he made sure he chose a team in which no one in that team could have challenged him. We made the worst off for that team because we got a poor Ricky government because of that. Mr. Alf is out, Dr. Irgard is out. Well, what would happen if Mr. George Payne and Ronald Topping and Dale Marshall decide they don't want any more part of cabinet government? They don't want to be in cabinet. You can imagine the composition of that cabinet. You can imagine the depth, the lack of depth in that cabinet. But what would happen? Miss Motley would have cleared the way where she would have have no threats, and she would have exercised her ultimate power. Because great power is vested in the hands of Prime Minister. I am seeing some troubling signs in all of this. I hope you get the picture. I hope you all get the picture. Nobody to challenge me, no debt to the cabinet, I am secure, but all of Barbados will suffer. And what you all need to understand, my people, is that insecure leaders are very dangerous leaders. I've been studying, I'm still studying, the psychological profiles of wicked world leaders. I mean, men who were really wicked, men who were dangerous, men who were sick in their minds. And these were leaders of the past. And they operate under a perceived threat. The Jews became a threat to Hitler. And his insecurities spoke to him in a way which said, let's extinguish that group. And he put 6 million of them to the slaughter. And it is a perception rather than a reality that causes these world leaders who are so wicked to behave in the way they behave. Every one of them. Every one of them exterminated anyone who was a perceived threat. It is a paranoia, an obsession. You see, what it really does, it detracts from the more meaningful task of governing. I would say that Ms. Marley has set a very bad precedent. Stand up to me, and I will knock you down. Wow. Wow. Ms. Marley doesn't understand how she appears before this public, though. The public of Barbados doesn't see Ms. Marley positively. She's not getting high marks coming out of this. The question I want to ask Ms. Marley, who is next? This is Refocusing Barbados. I am Mac. There's a lot we have to think about. Thank you.